What is up, you beautiful people? Stone here, and today we're back in Blueprints, and I am baffled right now because one, haven't played this game in a while, so it's a good thing I took a lot of screenshots and a lot of notes, and I can kind of get back into the rhythm of things, but it might take me a minute. But as I've been just like playing the day without any expectations, just to get myself back into the rhythm of the game, I realized that this, maybe the code for the safe is just Christmas. I was like, maybe a lot of this game I've been looking and diving into too deeply when things can be more surface more often than not and still be cool. And in this case, it was Christmas. It was just 1225 was the safe code. And I don't know what up with the Mount Holly and why things are drawn on the inside of this the way they are, if that's a deeper clue and a meaning, but we got a gem and we got this note. So we get to start off with a little bit of story and some progress. Kinda, I guess, if all these eight different I'm guessing, I think that if I remember correctly, there are eight different notes because we found like the eighth one, or at one point we found the eighth one, so I'm pretty sure I can surmise that. But Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of your dear Marianne's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, buy, wait, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will split open your grace when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year, Daniel. Wow. Okay. So this is kind of nice. It's a bit over the top with some of these things, but who knows? Maybe she was doing a lot of greatness, and this person that wrote the letter really believed in her. But I guess I am the heir. We are playing as the heir reading this, so it is kind of nice in that fact that she kind of did get the outcome she wanted in a way. If we do choose to believe in the things she says about our uncle, or if like she didn't know the bigger picture and we still are yet to knowing the bigger picture, so we can't really jump to those conclusions. But I'm glad to be back in this game. So I just went through a wave of emotions right there. And this day, I know I'm not going to be able to figure out what's going on with the whole reservoir thing yet, which in order to do that, I'm pretty sure I have to also have access to this tank because it's just like a much bigger, there's more water in this one. But then I was like, wait a second, there's a fountain here. Like, is this the fountain at the very beginning of the game? Like one of the first things you see? Okay, what's the purpose of taking all the water out? And if I can, then I might as well play with it. I think I've played around with like taking all the water out of the pool, the greenhouse, the kitchen. I don't know if I've played around with the aquarium because that also seems cruel because there's fish in there, and I don't know if there's any advantage to that. But I can do this, and then I just realized, oh no, I only have 8 steps, and I think I'm pretty far into this. But then if I map it out correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 is outside. So as long as I don't go the wrong way, we should be able to pick up on a little bit of information about something that I never was really, I mean, I can't say never curious about because I've been putting a coin into the well for the longest time, almost ever since I had freaking whatever this is called, inheritance. Is it inheritance? The money you get every day? Or allowance, not inheritance. I was like, inheritance you get once. You can't get allowance every day or inheritance every day. Oh, it's just Oh, and then is this like every coin that I've ever put in? Do I want to take these or should I be leaving these here? I don't know. It seems like kind of like a waste, but maybe there's a point to this. Oh, fade to black. You have used all your steps? Oh, freaking no! I didn't know I was gonna do that. I totally forgot, like, the other place, like, the underground crypt area, it takes, even though it's one big area, technically separate areas as far as walking is concerned. Oh, that sucks so hard. Now, I'm pretty sure I lost all the money. Oh, sad, sad cry. But now I know if I go to the pump room, I just have to activate it, and then we can go back out to the front if I have enough steps. This really is a roller coaster of emotions because I just went from being so sad to being so happy because I realized in the beginning cutscene when it zooms you in every single time, which I wish I could skip that, but nevertheless, the fountain is still open, not the pond. So this is cool. So at some point this will go to 47, I guess, or did it already go to 48 and I just wasn't paying attention? What about that there water? Water down here. And then there's a key. Wait. What? Hell. No. Sad to say it again. I need the freaking basement key to get here? How do I get the basement key? Isn't the basement key the key you get in the antechamber? Maybe? Oh man, that means I want to figure this out as soon as possible. What the flippin' hells? I thought so. I just wasted a couple steps. It's not the worst thing in the world, but now we know. Okay, basement key. At least we have a nice short-term goal. So for this one, there is no way I would have gotten this because the clue on this is like there's one clue, but then you have to dissect it into layers on itself, which is really weird. So yeah, I looked up a few times in this game. I love solving things and figuring things out. That's what this game all is. It's basically a long string of trying to figure stuff out, and it's really fun because you get to be like a detective and just like a mystery solver in a lot of ways. But for this one, I knew the puzzle had to do something with this. But the hint kind of gives you the answer that I was finding on the internet. So it's basically just D8. So I was just like, D8 isn't a whole thing, and D isn't a number you can put on the pad. But the first step you're supposed to take is if you put D8 together and write it out or just sound it out, it sounds like date. But then you have to dissect that one level lower and be like, okay, the date in itself is telling you the date because D, I guess, is December, and then 8 is 8, but written out like the date, so it's 1208. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I just wanted to freaking mouth that whole. I don't know. I guess it's kind of creative, but I just wish there was a way that the game told me that that was the clue in itself rather than having to outsource it. So if we go 1208, that is the date. The date be 1208. I get me another gem. Also, this is. I'm glad I found something today because I got blocked off kind of by not having enough key resources. I wish I could get more keys, but this is the thing. I guess it'll be a minute before I get to get that basement key and use it on the frickin' fountain. That also means that before I do that, hopefully I don't find the pump room and the ability to go down into the basement because then I'll have to mess with the water and then I'll ruin everything. But besides the point, let's read this here letter. December 8th. Oh, even the date isn't here. Hi. Be prepared for our plans to be set in motion in a month or two. It's all lining up and all of our Lord work. Lord, why does it say our Lord's work? Our laird work? Our hard work. Hard. There you go. The H didn't have enough of a hump on it. Hard work is about to come to fruition. I have just learned that several members of the museum's guard are sympathetic to our cause. We suspect two more to be pure opportunists whose loyalty extends only to their coin purse. So mercenaries. Your uncle has already agreed to let us use Mount Holly's flexible floor plan for a trial run, assuming the red print we have secured of the museum's closed exhibit is in fact accurate and up to date. We should begin these trials without delay. Once you arrive, if you can within the next 2 months fabricate some fiction that might alleviate us of the presence of the servant staff until we meet on the shore of White Sands, Caleb or Caleb. I think it's Caleb. So wait, he was in cahoots with people trying to steal something, a heist? That's so crazy. And why are we trying to hide it from the servants or the staff? Who is this from? Who is Caleb? I think I gotta remember that and look at a family tree or freaking screenshot this so I could be like, Caleb wrote the weird note. So there we is. That's been screenshotted. We can move on. So some extremely happy accidents have been happening. So I have the broken lever, which I had for the longest time to prepare for the green room to open up one of the antechamber doors. But right now, what I'm curious about is, well, I'll tell you the reason why I have this after I insert it in here, and then I can walk away for a minute. So that's there. Does that just stay there now, or do I have to fix this every day? I don't know, but the one thing that's cool about this day that I've discovered a lot is where the frick is it? The room. I got the combining room, or whatever the frick, the workshop. I got the workshop, and I've gotten a ton of items today, thanks to the attic and other situations. So I was just like combining a bunch of items together, and it turns out you can combine the metal detector and the magnifying glass to make a burning thing that says on it that you can light candles and fuses. And then as soon as I read that, I realized, like, hey, there's dynamite in one of the outside rooms. So I want to see if I can make that a reality in the future. But because of that, I had to take out the lever and put in the new item I made. But then I discovered the casino. So now we has this. So what does this all about? You know what this makes me want to play is the other casino. I need to get back and play that. The casino game where it's like a roguelite setting and you're gonna die if you don't pay your debt in time. We'll get back to that eventually. But right now we're here. So what do we got? We got crown snake, gold crown. How much am I putting in every time I have to or want to pull this lever? Is it just one every time? Okay, that's cool. Is there some sort of like secret prize I can get for snakes? Sets coins to 0 if you get all snakes. It just eats all your money. Oofa. That's not good. So it looks like the 7s in this are crowns. So you just want to get all crowns. I don't know how much of this I want to do. If I'm even going to win anything. Wait, can't... What is this one? Is this a regular one? What's the point of doing up to 3 bonus spins? Oh, okay. You could just win bonus spins per, like, every time you crank the lever initially, I guess. But what's the point of having to put the letter on this? There's a star on it, which means something important's got to happen. But then you can also play this roulette machine and get more allowance? That's pretty sick. For 100, you can gain 4 allowance. Can you even gain any allowance with 5? No, I think it just... I had it stopped on the 20. And then you can look at it like this. Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, let me just start ring-a-ding-dinging this. Well, this is cool. I've never been to 5th grade before. At least in the game. So let's see. And I was thinking, I didn't even know I was up to 4th grade, but I was. Because I think the 4th grade one is like a geometry puzzle thing. I still don't know what to do with these puzzles. But it is fun trying to figure out the answers to everything. Ooh, oh, that's cool. 5th grade is art class. We already did this. It's weird how this says it's a classroom puzzle, but this is not the classroom puzzle. The classroom puzzle has to do with like the answers for the kids. So wait, what? Robot, and then on the roots, art prompt. Directions. Draw 2 things that share all but 1 letter of their name. Oh, root and robot. That's cool. I like that. I don't think I would have thought of that one. Smart, clever kid. As long as you can interpret the thing on the bottom is a root. Art prompt. Directions, draw 2 things that share all but 1 letter of their name. So corn and acorn, I feel like that one's a little bit more on the nose. This one got a B? No, this one gets an S. This one gets a B if I had to pick. What the hells? Is it because of the actual art itself? Because I guess that the other one's art is better. And this one probably got some points for being clever. Oh man, yeah, that's hard to say. That's hard to say. I don't know. A part of art is creativity of the mind. So I still feel like I like that one a lot better. So what do we got going on here? A tooth and 2? Spelling incorrect. Yeah, that one's not so great, bub. So what were you drawing there? An 8 and a 2, and then you scribbled it out and draw a tooth and a 2? Maybe you didn't get what was going on there. So 1 failure, 2 ones. This one is still my favorite. I'm a little bit sad there's not another one to contend and have like some sort of placement pole Olympic style situation in my brain for it, but whatevs. So what do we got? We got the stag here. We got the crowbar. We got the flan or dessert. We got the car, airplane or plane, bride. So this is just more, I guess, talking about all the pictures that are inside this place because this class doesn't seem like it really have any correct or incorrect answers. I think it's just more. There's so many things. Like this is a weird thing, and not a weird thing game, but like I guess it is weird how many times they try to hammer this nail into you. Like this is the pivotal part of the entire game has something to do with these pictures, and I guess it's one of the cooler puzzles they have. But it's kind of I don't know. With this. I feel like they're just hammering it too hard, and something about that just irks me a little bit. But what doesn't irk me in the slightest is this drawing right here. I can't tell you how much I enjoy that. It's just that's another thing. It's just rubbing me just the right way. So this is cool. I found a grade 6 now. I wonder how many grade class schools there are, because discovering the schoolhouse, it adds 8 classrooms, but I don't know if there's one classroom that's automatically in the pool, and this just adds 8 more, so does it go up to grade 9, or does it go up to grade 8, which means we're almost there, and I could discover all the schoolrooms. But actually, now that I say that, wait, I have the dining room. That's the only other spot that splits off. Every other place is bricked. So, we might not be able to, but we also might. So what do we got going on here? Movie time? We're watching the stars? We're watching the dust? There's a little bit of a shape right here going on. But that might just be a stain of some sort. I don't know how you get a stain all the way up there. What are we looking at? Just numbers and letters. I got magnifying glass. You got 50%. What's the whole puzzle with this one? This one isn't as interesting to me because it's just a bunch of words. I'm not interested in words. You got 50? What you got to go over here? 67. 4 out of 6, but they didn't write 67. 4 out of 6, 67. Why is this one inconsistent, teacher? Huh? Does Richard not get the numbers? Or the percentage? What's wrong with Richard R? Huh? What you don't like about RR? And so this isn't a movie class, which would have been cool. This is more of a history class. Lame. I never really liked history too much. It's like, it's alright, and I get why we have it. It's just not my forte, okay? I much prefer fantasy and other things that allure me in. One of my friends is really big into history right now, and I feel like it's just something that happens as a male at some point in your life. You're either into history early on or later on. And there's a lot to be learned and gained from it. It's just not interesting, almost at all to me. So I much prefer to watch movies. Maybe punch it up or hyperbolize it a little bit, make it a little bit more flashy. That's one of the reasons I really like the Assassin's Creed games, because they're not. It's like historical-ish fiction. I think I've learned more from playing the Assassin's Creed games about history than I have about actually when I was in school learning about history. So that's just a note for some people and how their brain works, especially mine. So this is awesome. I just discovered grade 7. I've been going through. I might be able to get all the grades. That would be amazing. Well, what's this one? We got algebra. Ooh, I much prefer numbers to letters. We got a lot of stuff going on over here. Remember, don't square till you're there. This is like a reading that reminds me of the dartboard. So the dartboard in this game, the puzzle. Because at one point, all of a sudden, they started adding this square into the middle of the bullseye that lets you know, also depending upon the color of the bullseye, when to square certain numbers to get the right answer. But most of the time, it's always like a 1, 2. I think I vaguely remember a 3 because I had to put a 9 in a few times. But it's mostly 1s and 2s to square, so that's really easy. It just times it by itself. So these are, I much prefer also numbers and shapes over letters. Every day of the week I take number and shapes over letters. But that's also a hard thing to say too, now that I think about it, because in my later life, I have been thinking about wanting to read more because I've been writing my own stories and I've been getting really into that. But as I've done research into that, because I thought that was a weird phenomena, apparently it's not that weird of a phenomena for people that don't like to read, like to create stories and write themselves. I've always liked writing, but I've never liked reading. But it's like, if I want to get better at writing, you think you need to be better at reading, but I don't think so. I think you just need a creative mindset. You just need to love the work. So, yeah, I like this, but I don't feel like getting the answers because I don't care to know the answers if there's no slots or holes to put the answers in. Huh? It's just all void and nothingness. I mean, it's cool. I like that maybe it's more of just freaking, like background story stuff. Also, are these Zach Croft? Branson, dude, that guy, Branson, he is huge. Oh no, that kid's boisterous. Sandra, I haven't been paying attention. Are these like the same kids in all the grades? Or Like, they only trade 3 kids throughout this whole time, but they keep everyone in the schoolrooms? That doesn't make sense. I think that's all different kids. But also, why do all the kids come to Mount Holly, and then if you can't find your schoolroom for this day, you can't go to school? So, I don't know. I also like just seeing all the classrooms on this mini map right here. That's fun to look at. But yeah, I don't need none of this. Oh yeah, we get to go to grade 8. This is weird. It's weird excitement just because I've never done this yet. So it's all super new. I love that this day is unprecedented. Day 47 is such a good day, hopefully. And we got a lucky rabbit's foot. And what are we learning about in grade 8? We got Arajan. Learn Arajan? Is this a language class? Ajlor Algo Nevdao? Foreign language class. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Arajan affix perix. I've never heard of Arajan before. Is this for the game? Prefix, suffix, aj, ja, ma'am, avo, nev, ven, ele, me, l, I and me is l. A lack of myself, le. When paired with a verb, it can mean I will or I won't, similar to ul and lu. Okay. Now this one seems like a puzzle. Early Arajan did not use any verbs, so today the rare uses of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. Lor, hue, tre, yat. So gate. Ooh, I like seeing the word gate because I still haven't figured out the drawing room puzzle yet with the gates. Large gates, small gates, or whatever that means. That's another thing this game. It gives you so many clues to find so many things, but that isn't scrambling my brain. It doesn't. I don't know what to do with them. So I just have all this information. Ugh. Adao, nai, array. Array. Give me that. So what do we got going on here? Hello, can you teach me a new word? The large house is toward the east. I will swim at dawn. I won't read at night. The branches of the tree are old, and the trunk of the tree is small. Huh. I really do feel like out of all the puzzles, the classroom puzzles so far, this one might be the most useful, potentially, because these could also, like, I wonder if a lot of work was put into this, if this is just a made-up language, because then that means when you do all these answers that they could spell out other things in another language. It could be a huge cipher. Ajlor ultich nevlor, huem ovet, es swim nevdao. Okay. You should remember the Eurasian terms for these. For what? For which ones? That's not specific. Plus, how do I know? I mean, I know I have to figure out, but this isn't good for a kid to just be like, you got 4 out of the 6 of these correct. Now, figure it out. Acceptable. Acceptable? I don't know. Sometimes people use the word acceptable, and to me, it's just like, it's good enough kind of deal. Ulrich, Ajlor, Ul, Teach, Nevlor. I think that's what you had. Ajlor, yeah. And then, did you have the same thing? Ajlor, Nevlor. Acceptable? Maybe that's what they meant? They accepted these, but they could have added a little bit more? Huh. Yeah, I still don't know. This is highly interesting, but also the way it's kind of portrayed, I don't care. Oh, that's not ominous at all. Just checking some levels. What the hell? Final exam, please take a seat. Is this where? So maybe there is one. So this my theory of the one baseline room and then the 8 extras is probably the truth. Infinity 8, classroom puzzle. Yeah. 8 years certainly flew by. It did, because I did it all in one day. But also, what the frick? Oh? Wait, what the hell? There's 30 minutes on the clock. Huh? Is there? That's rude. That's rude as hell. I can't even pause the game? Oh no! Mount Holly Elementary final exam. Sam left his house at 6 a.m. and drove 3 hours north and passed 8 flags. He then turned northwest at Tanner Fork and drove another 3 hours and passed 4 additional flags of the same color. before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. What color were the flags? What the frickening? So it's just a trick question. There's a lot of math here. I thought there was going to be math. There's no math. Maybe I should look at the answers and then read the question to know like what I should be looking for. Sam left the south at 6 a.m., drove 3 hours north and passed 8 flags. He then turned northwest at Tanner Fork and drove another 3 hours and passed 4 additional flags of the same color before arriving at Trinsdale at noon. What color with flags? I don't frickin' know. This is some like a hidden question that I had to know like the history, I guess, of the places they're talking about, because each place probably uses a different flag color. Ah, frick, and I could just run back, but I don't know if I want to waste my basement key day on this. Oh, no. But when am I ever going to have this happen again? This was beautiful. How many steps? I have 44 steps, and the frickin' schoolrooms are all over the place. Oh, no. Well, now that I know that this is a thing, ugh. And also, if I do this, does it... Oh, I can't redo it? Oh, hell's bells. I already messed up. I don't even know what percentage I need on this. What color is most... Maybe it'll tell me, like the other ones, how many I got right or wrong. What color is the most often associated with hallways? So this is a thing with the game, orange. Which of the following would be the least patriotic room pairing? Least patriotic? A chapel in Fen Aries? A shop in Arch Aries? A greenhouse in Kararika, a bedroom in Araja. Which is the least patriotic? I feel like out of all these, a bedroom is probably the least patriotic. What color is the fruit that gives you plus 3 steps when consumed? What the hell? An apple? Which is red? So there's like weird super in-depth questions on this game about the things you've learned, and then there's like relative questions. Solve the following problem. Oh, this is the math one. I have no idea. So I'm just curious. I'm just gonna, instead of just actually trying to do this, I'm just gonna maybe study the questions, or because I have this recorded, I can know the answers unless they change the answers every time. So then when I go back through, I can find the exact answers to all these questions. So yeah, I'm at least just gonna go through and just look at them all, maybe read them all, maybe not. There's a lot of math stuff. Which element on the periodic table is represented by the symbol C? Okay, cool. I don't know that off the top of my head. Which element appears in the periodic table directly below helium, He? Which of the following is not a real element found on the periodic table? Bunch of periodic table questions. Which element? Yes. How many elements? Yes. The city of Fen is south of which small body of water? How many cities of Fen Aries? Which of the following realms? Which sigil core denotes the realm of Arch Aries? What realm is directly north of Araja? Where are you right now as you take this exam? Mount Holly, what the hell? Reddington, Fen Aries? Oh, Oris, Reddington. I know it's Mount Holly, Reddington, but I'm not sure of the other thing. I didn't know there was another thing attached to it. Oh, hell's bells, man. Which two pieces of art would be best paired to depict the letter B? What? Birch tree and oak tree. Why would that be B? Hay bale and mug of ale. Which two pieces of art would be best paired to depict the letter B? They're not like telling you to make up your own picture to get the letter B, like in this game, where it'd be like, what would be a good B one? I guess a good B one would be like what the kid did with Robot and Root. That'd be a good B one, as far as the pictures are concerned in this game. But what do we got? Birds and a bookstore, wings and honey. To depict the letter B? It's got to be this one. They both start with B, or is that just like, is that one of those like reverse psychology trick questions, where it makes you think it's a trick question, but it's not a trick question? They're like, use more of your brain, silly. Which of the following pieces of art was not displayed in the grade 5 classroom? I have to know that? Which of the following pieces of art displayed in Mount Holly's entrance hall? Well, I know that. There's it's the ace. It's a face and an ace, but I think it's always an ace, so it can rhyme with face. Because I think it could be any face, like the Jack, King, or Queen. I did that in a weird order. Which of the following... Yeah, I know. Can you find the difference? One is a region and one is a frickin' angel. Wait, what? Is this like the pictures? So wait, if it's angel, or is it not angel? It's not scepter. That's a country or an area, or maybe it's like specific areas like Oris or the Arch Aries. Is it arch? Wait, arch? Angle? Angel? I don't know. Frick, dude. I thought this one would be cool. I mean, it is cool. But I also don't feel like figuring it out right now. I'm just looking through. So what I really want to do right now is, because I know this, I'm more excited than ever to actually go back through. I could even go back through after the final exam and just get all the answers today. And then just know that then later on I have to do, just make sure. Wait, what am I saying? I'm so rattled right now. What was the most city, realm, deciding battle, the new math, more of the language stuff. How many of the following places are Rajan? Yeah, this is about the languages. Then we got some history, or is this different languages? What? Main attempt and matter etis mayor. Huh? Do we have to answer in a different language in Arajan? I mean, that's kind of cool, though. So there's a tree. Now, this is definitely a math question. Or is it not? I just see lines. Point A, point B. It's got to get there. There's a tree not in the way. I don't know why the tree is relevant. Probably if I read the question, make more sense, more math. So I'm guessing that was more math. Wait, how many questions are there? 46 questions. Well, that's not bad to do in a half an hour if I actually had to do this. But if I already had all the answers on me. Yeah, this is cool, though. I love this. I like it a lot. Now, let's just see what's behind last door. Cannot know. I can go into this 8 room. Does this give me... Oh, it doesn't fit the key? Why no fit the key? It's because the 8 room has to go in the 8th slot. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're in the 9th row or column. I don't know the difference. But hopefully you know what I'm saying. We're in the 9th one because there's only 5 up and downies. And there's 9 left to righties. That's how I'm doing it. Okay? Oh, man, my brain. Well, I don't have a lock pick key doohicker, so we gotta go under the fountain. It's a little bit stressful having the clock in the background, but I won't let that ruin my time. Now let's go in there. Special key, basement key. Show it to me. Oh, more stairs. And then it goes this way? Wait. What? Oh, that's why there's water there, because of the freaking fountain. So this leads here. So wait a second. It's just another way down here? Why is that cool? Huh? So you can get the crypt or this. But I feel like the only reason you'd want to be down here... Wait, is that an upgrade? Oh, it's an upgrade disc. Oh, but I don't think I discovered any rooms today that have a computer, so I could use that upgrade disc. Ah, schisms, dude. There's no cool computers in any of the classroom? There's no computer room? Oh, that's I'd cry for multiple reasons. So, yeah, what's the benefit of coming down here through the fountain? Because that's from the crypt side. And if I move this, I have to hold it. Hold up, wait a minute. Because I guess this could let you go still across here, maybe? So then you can activate... Oh yeah, this is all already set up for me. So you can go back there to open these doors that are back here. Wait, I haven't been back here in a minute. I've only got 19 steps. I'm going to try to see if I can find anything significant, because as of right now, this is lame. And maybe it's lame now, but I'll figure it out later. Maybe it'll be like the schoolroom predicament where I think everything's meaningless, but actually there was a test at the very end and I should have been paying attention. This feels like me in actual school. Like, when is this ever going to be important? And then all of a sudden you're taking a test and you're like, oh, shucks. But normally that actually wasn't my problem. I could usually sleep through my classes and still answer and get passing grades pretty easily, because a lot of it was just freaking common sense, it seemed. Oh, this just gets me to here. Oh, so I can open up so we can win the game again. But is there a point to winning the game again? I guess I'll just, if I have enough movement, go back there and see, but I don't know. Hopefully there's a computer back there. There was stuff in that room, it seemed, at least during the cutscene, so maybe the first time you go through there, you get the cutscene, and when you do it again, you actually get to explore the room. But what I'm more intrigued about is, why are there so many doors here? 8 doors. Maybe it has something to do with the exam? Also, I just realized now, it's not like the exam papers is a puzzle piece. I mean, it'd be cool to do it, but if I did everything correct, it would just kind of work like magic, where all of a sudden, if I did that, something else would happen. Because they're just papers. So, I don't know. But I am very curious, and I'm hoping that all this work I've done so far in this part for the whole fountain situation isn't going to come to a fruitless end. Oh, we can actually go in here now. That's amazing. Is that a bust of the kid? That's pretty cool. He knew it was going to be true, so he already had it made. Wait, Marigold, who's that? Is that supposed to be our mother's statue or something? Oh, 8 realms in 8 months. And then there's these? Oh, my eyes watered up. Oosh, that's tearing up like crazy all of a sudden for some reason. Do we have the first pin in? Where's the first pin? Oh, it's right here. It's hard for me to see. I need to take care of this ice situation. But that sucks because I wanted to do this first. And we got a Randy AS key, a Sanctum key. Oh, no. So what does this Sanctum key do? And also, what happens when the final exam timer runs out? I'm kind of really curious about that. Maybe this will tell me? Wait, the first key found here on the furthest rank, the second locked tight in the vault of a bank. The third is high up among all the clocks, and the fourth down below beneath all the docks. The fifth key is held by a king on his throne. The sixth in a station, left by one of your own. The seventh is major if you draft it quite late, and the last key is waiting beyond the last door of 8. The last key is behind the last door? How does that make sense? Wait, if this is the Sanctum key, now I want to go below into the crypt and figure this out. Because now I can open up one of the doors with this? Also, why is it golden? And I don't have enough movement to go down there, so that sucks hard. Huh? I guess. Yep, Sin. Wait, that's not me. That's a lady. Is that our mother? Is that our mother and that our father? And then why is there one over there? Also, why is the desk right here next to the door? This is a weird place for a desk. I get you have the fireplace right here, but even still, you could put your desk right here facing the door so you can see people so you don't get attacked from the back. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I also feel like that's how they're normally set up. So what the frick is this? What else we got in here? We got a red wagon. Oh, this is cool. I think this is one of the paintings. Ooh, open drawer. And what do we got here? Hello? This secret room is not as secure as you thought. We have your letters, 8 letters, 8 payments, 100 gold, instructions to follow. What? Does this have to do with the 8 red letters? Because it just says 8 letters, 8 payments. I have to make payments? I'm just a kid. I get now I have this whole estate and whatever, and maybe that comes with money, but I didn't think so. I'm just doing this for puzzling, not for wealth and to get frickin' blackmailed or whatever the frick's going on here. And also, that was behind a door, so that in itself is a secret. But for why? It sucks that you can see that you have red letters. Like, I have 4 out of the 8. I think there's 8. I also think there's a cutscene at one of the point during the main story when you were doing the certain things with Alakabam or Alakazar, whatever the frick his name was. I remember seeing a scene, and maybe it was the last scene that you get when you actually beat the game too, about like extra stuff you could do, which implied also these letters. But you can't reread them in here, and that's lame. Because the one thing I'm guessing is if there's 8 numbers and there's 8 letters, maybe each letter, maybe that's what they're saying. But these aren't letters, these are numbers. 8 realms in 8 months. Huh. I was thinking maybe each red letter would talk about one of these lands for one reason or another, and then that's where I would put these. And because this is the way it is, I could brute force it, but I don't like brute force it stuff. I much more prefer figuring things out. But also, wait a second. There's only 7 realms. Oh wait, no, there's 4 over here. And yeah, there's only 3 over here. I thought one of the islands I could go to, but it's not letting me select any of the islandos. Laming? So, that's also very strange. Unless I can put more than one in. Wait, can I put a lot more in? Oh, you can put multiple in one place. So this isn't at all as cut and dry as I thought it was. The time is almost up. This might also be anticlimactic, but I'm just trying everything. So, what happens when the time is up? I don't think I have enough steps to go over there to see what's going on, which is lame-o. I mean, I'll try, but it's probably just going to time me out this way, too. I'm kind of glad there's no, like buzzard thing going on. Yeah, I can't go in there. There's no more food in there. Man, oh, fine. I guess we'll end in this room, which is kind of fitting. We never got the gems out of there because I didn't really need them. Plus, we wouldn't have gotten that many gems. I think it always gives you like 2 or 3, though. And then it gives you another. I forget how it works. I know you get more per red room in your house. That's why I don't use it when I come across it. I wait till like way later so I can get more out, bang out of my buck. At least 2 or 3 more. I did have a gymnasium right next to it, so that wouldn't have been so bad. But that's where I think I'm going to leave it off for here today. We didn't actually, I don't think we actually did anything. But we discovered so many things, and that's what makes me happy, and I can't wait to jump right back into this game. We did the schoolhouse thing. I recorded that paper sheet, so now, hopefully, if the test doesn't change, which they could do, and they could throw everything off, but I'm going to try to find all those answers and write those down someplace. I don't know if I'm going to write every single one down. I'll probably just write the answers down. Yeah, I'll just write the answers down in order, and hopefully the order stays, because if it doesn't, I'll know pretty early on if something's like, hey, what's 2 plus 2? And I go, Reddington. It's like, no, that's not how these things work, okay? Guy, go back to school. But yeah, today, this was so fun. The only thing I'm wondering is with the Sanctum key, did we find a room? Is there a room called the Sanctum? I want to go back in already and figure that out, but I can leave that up for the next part, because this has been awesome all by itself. And I feel like the way this day worked out, day 47, it's just exceptional. And we gotta leave it off the way it leaves off. So I do hope you enjoyed. I know I sure did. And if you did, remember these 3 things. You're beautiful. I appreciate you, and have a great one. Bye-bye.